Hello everyone and welcome to Future Foe Plays. This is the second part of a Q&A video that is celebrating all of my subscribers. It was supposed to be originally celebrating the milestone of hitting 10,000 subscribers, which I've achieved over the course of a year, but in that short amount of time we've actually gained 4,000 more subscribers. Again, that's absolutely insane, so thank you to everyone who has supported this channel. Now, if you missed that first video, it was more about me and this channel, so be sure to check that one out if you haven't already. But in this video, I'll be answering the Destiny-related questions that were submitted. Again, there were hundreds of submissions, so I try to narrow it down to those I think I can answer the best, and those questions that were asked multiple times. So without further ado, let's jump into your questions. First question, Future Foe, what console do you play on? I play on PS4. I do have an Xbox One, and I did want to start an account last summer, but then the Destiny 2 rumors started to hit, and I figured I might as well hold off and sort of have a fresh start with Xbox One, so that way we can have sort of the imported character for PS4, and a completely fresh start for Xbox One for the channel. That way we can sort of have two different perspectives. What is your favorite class and subclass? Well, I do main a Titan, and the Titan is my favorite class all around. But with the release of the Taken King, my favorite subclass is the Hunter Night Stalker. Personally, I think it's the best designed subclass hands down. It's very interesting to see what they can do with just a couple years in between developing subclasses, and that makes me really excited for what we might have in store for Destiny 2. But aside from that, my favorite subclass for the Titan is Defender. I typically like playing tanks in most video games that have classes, and so the Defender Titan is a very natural choice for me. What is your favorite exotic/legendary primary weapon? For exotic primaries, it's definitely hands down the Outbreak Prime. I think it's one of the best weapons that Bungie has ever designed. Not only is it super fun to use, but it's very deadly as well. But as far as legendary goes, I have to say it is my Dead Orbit Hung Jury SR4 from last year's vendor. Yes, the one with Triple Tap and Firefly. That thing was an absolute beast, and it became my default raid weapon for King's Fall. Also a close second is my Doctrine of Passing from last year with Persistence and Counterbalance. Will this be in the Q&A? It was always in the Q&A. What was your favorite DLC in Destiny? Not including House of Wolves, because that was just terrible. This is awkward. I actually really liked House of Wolves. At the time, despite the fact that it didn't have a raid, it was a pretty major step forward for Destiny. Not to mention you can see the seeds of that tree that they planted here in Rise of Iron. But my actual answer is the Taken King. It was such a massive expansion, and it totally changed the game. One of my favorite parts of that expansion was the sense of discovery. There were so many quests, secrets, and alternate endings, and things would just appear on the director on a random day. It was a pretty magical time for Destiny. You would wake up one morning and social media would be abuzz with a new secret that was discovered. The day we all discovered the Black Spindle was a thing was probably one of the biggest days in the entirety of Destiny. It's kind of a shame that they didn't get around to baking more of that stuff in for Rise of Iron. What is your favorite Year 1 raid weapon? Well, it's pretty much Fatebringer, but I really did like Praedyth's Revenge as well. It was super accurate, and I remember that gun being a lot more effective than that class of sniper rifle should have been. I also really liked Vision of Confluence and remember it being really good in the Crucible. Man, I feel like every weapon was overpowered in Year 1. What a glorious time. Would you like Destiny to bring back old raids? I miss Vault of Glass. I think we all miss Vault of Glass. And I really do think that they're going to bring them back. But I really don't think that they're simply just going to increase the light level. I really think they're going to reinvent the entire raid. And they honestly don't have to do too much. It depends on how they kind of want to bring them forward. I think we're either going to get a Siva-infused Vault of Glass with a Taken Crota, or we'll get a Taken Vault of Glass and a Crota's End that is still purely Hive. If you want to take the reimagined strikes as any indication, then that second option becomes more likely, because we got a Taken Nexus but a still purely Hive Will of Crota. Even though there are splicers in there in some versions, Omnigul itself is not affected by Siva, so if that's leading towards Crota's End, I don't think that Crota will be infected by Siva. Although I suppose you could argue that Omnigul is smart enough to discover Siva, and then will use that to bring back Crota, but I personally would love to see a Taken Crota's End. Even though King's Fall was supposed to technically be the Taken raid, we didn't really get a ton of Taken enemies in that raid. They were more of a punishment mechanic for taking too long on any particular phase, and then of course there were a lot more of them during the Daughters and the actual Oryx encounter. But I think at this point, having had enough time with Siva and regular Hive, I think it would be cool to have a purely Taken raid. But yeah, great question. These are all great questions so far. Next, absolutely rubbish video. Get good. Hold on. Are you implying that I'm not incredible at Destiny? Alright. Pause the video. I think it's time to show you my Destiny skills. Alright, here we go. Check this out. This is the first play coming up right here. Okay, wait. Don't worry about that. Okay, here we go. I got this one. Okay, hold on. Wait. Okay, so we got... Okay. Watch me take out the Sunbreaker. Alright, here we go. Watch this sneaking through the... God damn it. Gotta get him from across the... Oh, that guy was lag switching. He hit the switch. You see it? Warlocks ain't got nothing. Damn it. Alright, I gotta start from the... Damn it. No. Crap. No. Ugh. Oh, come on. Here we go, Clash of the Titans. I may need to work on that video a little bit longer. Anyways, next question. Have you been flawless? Did you not just see my skills back there? In all seriousness, I have been flawless a few times. It's all thanks to the person that wrote that last comment, my clanmate, Black Rhino. Everyone give him applause. Thank you for your contribution to this video. But, you know, the footage you just saw, it's not inaccurate. I'm not the best at the Crucible, so I did have to get carried. But, you know, I'm not all bad. I got a few plays in I'm pretty proud of. But I've gotten a few of the Trials weapons, which have been some of my favorite weapons in the game, including the Doctrine of Passing from last year. But yeah, I definitely won't be carrying anyone to the Lighthouse anytime soon. Do you feel that Bungie should have taken this final year to experiment more with the game? Different weapon types, gameplay modes, mechanics, etc. Also, do you think we'll see another April-like update? Well, first off, I think Bungie would have experimented more if they was within their means. The issue is that they had such a limited amount of time to push out Rise of Iron in that they kind of had to stick with what they knew. Now, having said that, I think they learned a lot with the Taken King. The thing to keep in mind is that if Destiny 2 is coming out in September, then their beta or alpha will be ready in July. Meaning that if they have some sort of gameplay reveal at E3, that means that most of Destiny 2's development is probably finished right now. My guess is that they're currently working on UI, things like cinematics, polishing things up, getting rid of bugs, and getting it ready for a massive reveal. So if anything, the Taken King was their opportunity to experiment. Anything they learned during that expansion is what we can expect to come in Destiny 2, which, if that's the case, it is a very exciting prospect. In fact, it's all but confirmed that the creative director of the Taken King, Luke Smith, is also the creative director of Destiny 2. I think he saw the benefits of giving us a more non-linear approach to discovering everything in the Taken King, and I think we'll see that on a much more massive scale for Destiny 2. But as far as an April-like update, I really do think we're going to be getting more content. I don't think it's going to be as late as April. My bet is on March, at least like the beginning of March, and I really do think it's going to be a new version of at least the Vault of Glass, and maybe in like May we would get a new version of Crota's End. What do you think Destiny 2 will be like? Like, what do you think the new story will be about? But a more interesting question, do you think there will be something that will end Destiny 1 and will start Destiny 2? If so, what do you think that is? Well, Phantom Ranger, love the name by the way, there's a lot to unpack there. In fact, I'm actually working on a pretty big video about what I think Destiny 2 will be like. It's definitely the most time I've spent working on a video, and it won't be done for another few weeks. But in summary, I think Destiny 2 will be largely like a lot of the rumors that we've been getting. I think we're going to get much more non-linear, sort of quest-driven experiences with huge sprawling open worlds. Some rumors even say that one of Destiny 2's destinations will be larger than all of Destiny 1's combined. It sounds really impressive, but it actually makes a lot of sense. I think the thing holding them back from a lot of their vision of Destiny 1 was needing to support legacy consoles, so I think we'll get much more lively and interesting destinations with NPCs and quests to discover. And I really think that what we know now as Patrol will drive most of the narrative of Destiny 2. You should also expect more RPG-like elements, like maybe a deeper class system for more fine-tuned options. I also think they have recognized opportunities to make the weapon and armor systems much deeper, so I think you'll see a lot more customization to your gear. I also hope they've reimagined their approach to the Destiny endgame and really promoting you continuing to grow your Guardian and less emphasis on repetitive activities like getting the same grasp of Malak 100 times. But again, as I mentioned, I'm actually putting together all my thoughts for a massive video on this topic, so hopefully you can expect that pretty soon. Next, a sort of similar question, what do you prefer? A better story for Destiny 2 or more deep and interesting gameplay? And also a very interesting comment afterwards is a better story and a better gameplay. Destiny is my favorite game ever, I don't want to leave it. So yeah, this is a very interesting topic, and it really goes to show that games really satisfy different things for different players. I think one thing that Destiny has undoubtedly nailed, it's the gameplay. I mean, it's definitely the reason most people continue to play the game, and just imagine combining that with an epic sweeping story, and how could that not be perfect? Well, the important thing to remember is that Destiny isn't Halo, and never will be. I mean, that sort of goes back to the old rumors that Joseph Staten left the company because the game was too linear and became too reminiscent of Halo, and that sort of might have gone against what Bungie leadership had envisioned for the game. I'm not saying that it's impossible to have a sweeping story in a non-linear format, but that's the uphill battle that Bungie has to climb. But to answer your original question, absolutely gameplay is way more important to me than story. At the end of the day, the campaign of a story is only going to last you a limited amount of time, but as we discovered in the previous video, I've played this game for just about 1,500 hours, and so as long as the game is incredibly fun to play, I'll stick around. A lot of us, I think, were disappointed with Destiny 1's story because we were promised so much more. I think Bungie has yet to establish proper expectations of what we can expect from a story in Destiny. I think the best thing they can do is take a page out of what they did with The Taken King. They had an epic story with a beginning, middle, and end, but then the end of that story actually set up the endgame quests and storylines. Since most of our time is spent in that endgame, it only makes sense for them to create equally grand experiences for after the credits roll. Hey Future Foe, really liked the channel, just subscribed a day ago, and I really like your vids. My question is, did you ever take a long break from Destiny? Reason I asked this is because I didn't have anything to do, and that was at the height of the content drought, so I quit for 6 months and just started back up before Destiny 2 released. Also, do you hold out hope that Bungie has fixed their mistakes from D1 and will fix them in D2? I think the longest I went without playing was in July of last year. I played very minimally, only came on to do sort of raids and nightfalls, and I also took another break a couple weeks back in November. I don't blame you for taking more time off. In fact, if I didn't do these videos, I probably would have taken a much longer break. But luckily, doing these videos and being part of this community has sort of kept me excited about the game on a continual basis. I think it's actually super healthy to take a break and play other games. Games I played when I was taking a break from Destiny included Overwatch, The Witcher 3, and Borderlands 2. It was really nice to step away and gain sort of a different perspective of what could be possible in the world of Destiny. Those games I just mentioned all have elements that I would love to see implemented in the game. And as far as fixes go, the best thing we can hope from the Destiny 2 team is that they have a vision to follow. The good news is that it seems to be the vision of Luke Smith, who was the creative director of Vault of Glass, who also brought the original Destiny to market at the very end, and also head up the team for The Taken King. Even with Destiny 2, it's important to mitigate your expectations. Destiny is a living game. They will always be fixing it. There will always be updates and balance patches in this game. It will never be perfect. And that's kind of the charm of it. That's what I love about these online games. But anyways, that wraps up this video. Thank you so much to everyone who submitted their questions. Again, if I didn't get a chance to answer your question, I'm sorry. These videos could go on for hours with the number of questions that were submitted. Again, of course, I wouldn't be doing these Q&A videos if it wasn't in celebration of all of you who have subscribed to this channel. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you again. Also, if you haven't subscribed already and are a fan of Destiny, definitely hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you know when my videos go live. As I've alluded to, we have a very interesting year ahead of us, so you're definitely going to want to be a part of that conversation. Also, drop a like if you enjoyed this Q&A and would like to see them more often. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time. And for the final question, what is some things that we don't know about you? If you played college basketball, you know Steph Curry, or if you're in a creepy cult, anything. Well, if you're implying I have some kind of mysterious past, that's absolutely ridiculous.